Welcome to the Retired Athlete Mentality Podcast, the podcast where we dive deep into the stories of former collegiate athletes who have transitioned from the competitive world of college sports to the grueling but rewarding world of endurance racing. Each episode, we bring on athletes who have gone from courts, fields, and tracks to marathons, triathlons, and even ultras. School's back in session. Welcome to the show. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Retired Athlete Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Jamal from Running State University, and on this episode, we have Charles Pegues from Belhaven University in Jackson, Mississippi, where he competed in cross-country, indoor, outdoor track. He ran everything from sprints, middle distance, distance races, and just run his first marathon and looks to compete in more. Charles, let's talk about your retired athlete mentality. How have you been?
Let's talk about it. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
First of all, I appreciate it and thank you for that wonderful introduction. Wonderful.
Of course. So let's get started. Let's get straight into it. So what brought you to Belhaven?
So what brought me to Belhaven, I was recruited, right? I was recruited by a couple of different schools and I was deciding on the military. And during that time, like they just spoke to me and I just felt more valued there versus than going D1 or D2. There was a little D3 division college. And so the coach made her way all the way up there to recruit me, talk to me after practice. And I told everyone I wanted to go to community college first because, you know, I didn't have the best grades, man. Look,
Yeah.
college wasn't a thing for me. And then the coach stayed contacting with me all the time throughout community college. I was like, yep, I'm gonna go there. And that's how my running career started. But like I'm 7 years out of it now, and so this has been my comeback now, my comeback year.
Yeah. And were you considering, what were the other schools you were considering?
So I was considering Ole Miss. That was like my top notch because I was in Mississippi, right? And so they recruited me a little bit, but the communication wasn't there. And I was just like, I'm not going to go there, dude. So this back in 2016, man, the times these kids are running now, oh my
Yeah.
Lord. Like these times these kids running now, I could not. Like, Ole Miss wouldn't look at me these days. But yeah, they was looking at me. And then there was some out of the state schools, EPTU, I think out in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
Which is funny enough, I ended up moving out there for a job.
Yeah.
And then there were some schools in St. Louis. So yeah.
Okay. And those were all for cross country and track?
Cross country and track.
Yeah. Okay. And so those were, most of the schools you considered were all trying to recruit you at some point or another.
Yeah. They was all trying to recruit me in my high school time.
And your high school was in where?
My high school was in South Haven, near Memphis.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot of people know Memphis, so I tell them that.
Yeah. We know Memphis. We know Memphis.
survived it.
Memphis is a good time.
It is.
Yeah. And so when you got to Belhaven, were you doing, what were you doing across country, indoor and outdoor, all through those seasons? Were you doing events?
Yeah, so my main thing was cross country. For some reason, I love track the most, but there's always just been like something that messed up track season, right, for me.
Yeah.
So cross country was my bread and butter, unfortunately. And high school track it was. I learned to start liking long distance, right? The craziest thing my coach ever told me, because my 5K time that got me recruited was like 18 minutes, right? She said, Dilla, 18 minutes, you're going to come across, because in college we run the 10K. She said, you're going to come across the 10K, the 5K in like 16 minutes. Don't worry about that. I said, Coach, I ain't never ran faster than 18. And you just got to trust the process, man. Like, I promise you. Like, we're going out for 10-mile, 8-mile runs at 5 o'clock in the morning and then hitting the weights after. And then I remember seeing one day the clock, her standing right there, and it was like 16:30. She said, see? And I still had 3 more miles to go, bro. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Told you.
Yeah. So it's that actually taught me a lot. Just trust the process, stick to it, and go. Yeah. So cross country became my bread and butter. I like track because it's right there. It's like in the arena.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
ain't no hiding from it. Like
No.
my main event that I always loved was the 800 because it's like the 800 in the mile. You gotta be a special breed, but that 800,
Yeah, those are sprints. Whether you
yeah,
like it or not, it's a sprint.
yeah. And what I didn't like, my coach wanted to make me a 400 runner, and I was like,
Yeah.
dog, no, I'm a miler that wants to be an 800 runner. I want to be because like I want to go down to the short distance. That's the shortest I want to go. Like all the 400 runners, they talk trash. You're like, man, you ain't fast. All right, step on up. Step on up. Let's beat. Like that's what I always loved about the 800. Like you gotta have that dog in you, and yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough race. And so you talked a little bit about it, but what was training like? So you were up in the morning doing cross country. Were you doing two a days in the summer? What did that look like?
Man, I wasn't always the best athlete, right? So the summertime workouts, and Coach Tex, hey, y'all working out? Dude, I'm just like, all right, let me get to the track now. So that's why I said cross country, I kind of took serious, a little bit more serious. I don't know why. I was just like, track, I was like, I got the dog in me. So, but it was two a days. It was two a days in the beginning of cross country season. And then like we'll do the weight room. So we had almost three workout sessions, always in the beginning. Then as we enter into the season, we were doing one a days, but the mileage increased. So and then we was also getting heavier in the weight room. So that's how they turned out. And that's pretty much how it worked out for track season two. However, during that winter break, man, I was eating cheeseburgers, dog. I don't know if y'all
I
know what
got you.
In and Out is. Not In and Out, but
Yeah.
it's something like In and Cookout. We had a
Cookout.
cookout,
Yeah.
that double burger. I
God.
picked up so much weight during track season.
Yeah. And so did you do it all 4 years?
Yeah, I did it 4 years.
And so when you got there, what was your mindset? Were you trying to come in as the difference maker, or were you like, "Hey, let's compete with the teammates and try to like work together as a team to score points?"
To be honest, wow, my mindset. When I first got there, I guess to be a part of like where do I help the team the most? I guess that was my mindset. And then also really learning how to run the race. So I've always been like in cross country, you get scored by like 7 points, right? 7 points, top seven people on your team. But the first five was what really matters. In my mind, I know that. And I'm like, all right, I always want to beat at that point. So that was my mentality. I was like,
Yeah.
hey, I can't be number five. I can be four. But man, when you enter college and you used to being a dog, and then you see all the other dogs, it was such a rude awakening for me, bro. I was like, okay, I'm not the fastest no more.
Yeah.
I'm actually number five on the teams.
Right.
Then
Yeah, that's
so
that's a tough mindset going from high school superstar to competing for top 5.
yeah, I tell you, my real moment of awakening was when I competed with my first international person at a race. I seen a Kenyan at a race,
Yeah.
my first race, and I was like, yeah, 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 yeah. It
Yeah,
just
that's
that
something
was my
else.
awakening moment.
Yeah. And so after, after high school track, cross country, after college track, then like you said, you took a little bit of a break. What caused you to take that break?
No one ever prepares you for the life after college, right?
Yeah.
They say, "Hey, get your degree, get a job, boom, boom." Because in the running world, you either go professional or you get a job. Like, because
Yeah.
the professional side don't pay much, and when you're running like 30-minute 10Ks, right, you're still gonna finish like in the middle. Like, unless
Yeah.
you running sub 30, like 28 minutes, like it's time to go get a job. So what I just did, I just got a job. Like I know I didn't want to take it that serious, put it in that work, because it's real commitment. So I just transitioned into the working life, and I just felt like something was not a part of me. And so I just got back into running. I found run clubs. I knew I never wanted to take running competitively again. So run clubs actually made it fun. So in El Paso, I joined this run club called Live Athletics. And man, they're such a fun group. But now I'm out here in Thailand. I actually live out here in Thailand. And so that's
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah.
training and doing my running. So I'm actually semi getting competitive again. So
Yeah. I mean, with
it's been a
the
journey.
Yeah, if you want to share your times, feel free to share your times. But from what you told me, it's getting competitive.
Yeah. Well, I just ran my first marathon, right? And like, so I ran it in 3:19, which in American standards, from my background, they like sub three or nothing, you know. They like
Yeah,
sub
yeah.
three or nothing. Like,
Don't let social media get to you. Sub three or nothing. That's like 1%. We're talking right there.
yeah,
3:19. That's a good time.
it got me a trophy though. It got
Exactly.
me a
Look at
trophy.
that.
It got me a trophy.
Hey,
It got me a trophy. So
the trophy will be there forever.
yeah. So I honestly, that was my first time covering that distance. 26.4 miles. Like, man, it was rough. So you asked like what was after college? It was just working, trying to go party, do this, socialize,
Yeah,
bowling.
yeah,
But then I realized running always been a part of it. So, and on my bucket list was a marathon. And
yeah.
I said, you know what? Let's do this before I turn 30. I was like, look, cause I don't nobody tell you, man, the older you get,
No, I'm
it
there.
hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. And so during that time, did you do any fitness? Did you work out? Did you lift weights? What was like that off period? What was that relationship with fitness like?
Fitness was non-existent. I'm not gonna
Non-existent.
lie. It was non-existent. It was non-existent. It
Yeah.
was like, all right, let's see what the world has to offer.
Yeah.
And I just started traveling. I just
Yeah.
started, yeah, yeah. It was non-existent, man.
And
I
so,
actually got up to 220 pounds. I gained
wow.
weight. Yeah.
Yeah. And was there an aha moment where you were like, okay, it's time to switch it up, go into endurance and, see what this marathon life is like?
Yeah, when I was vacationing in Bali and it was fun. It was a lot of partying, but I found myself going on an 11-mile run
Yeah.
on vacation. And I was like, it's always running to always find its way back to me. And I'm like, all right, all right. So I got into half marathoning and then I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. Like this is energetic people that's actually the run community is insane. Like that's why I love running. Cause it's my safe space. You meet unique people. Yeah. So it's just always called me back, bro.
Yeah, and so you finally pick up running, you do a couple half marathons, you do your first marathon. What was that first train up like for the first marathon? Because running a 3:19, right, on your first marathon,
Yeah.
that takes, either a solid background or a serious train up. What was that train up for you like?
I want to say it was a mix of both.
Yeah, yeah,
I want to say it
yeah.
was a mix of both. To be honest, bro, I use ChatGPT to train myself.
Hey, that
Like,
works.
hey, look. So I knew I had the dog in me from college. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go break 3 hours, my first marathon.
Yeah,
I was humbled real quick.
yeah,
So I really trained from August to December. And that was my prep time to just go get it. Like August, I was just 40 miles, maybe 50 miles that month. I said, all right, no, 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 no. We gotta take this serious. And then the next month I jumped to 200 miles. I don't advise that to anyone. Like I was putting in, I was like, I got to do 50 miles a week, this, that. And then I tried to do the same thing for the next month, which was October, and then start working my way down. But I paid dearly for jumping from 50 to
yeah,
200. So it really was the background that got me there. Like my training was semi-structured, but it was all over the place, man.
yeah.
It was all over the place. It was ups and downs, highs and lows, but the I say it was 100% worth it. The moment that I crossed the line and I did not walk during this marathon, that was my main goal. I was and like the feeling of completing it was different. I don't know. Have you done a marathon yourself?
Yeah, yeah, I've done a couple, and I feel the same thing. And it's just you want to make it through the train up. You try to keep it as steady as possible, but there's like you said, there's ups, there's downs, there's injuries, there's anything could happen. Life could change really quick, and so I get,
It really
hey,
tests your mental, huh?
exactly. Like you just got to keep fighting, and it'll go the way you want it, or it won't, and you'll have to adjust.
Question for you, man.
Yeah.
Marathon training or actually go run a marathon?
That's a good one. I mean, to be honest, the fun to me is in the marathon training, and then the marathon is a cherry on top. because the marathon is like, okay, you got nerves for like the 24 hours before, then you get to the starting line and you just have to go. And there's no nothing, like you see how your body is and you just go. But during the train up, you can have anything from like my foot is hurting, like I woke up late, I had a long day at work, kids are sick, there's so many things that you're battling, and getting through that to me is kind of the fun part, because you wake up the next morning and you're like, well, yesterday sucked, but I'm going to do this again today, and today's better. And it's just like the little wins. I'm a big fan of little wins. The little wins are the ones that get you going and keep you motivated throughout the train up.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a rough, train ups are rough. I think I had probably my roughest train up this fall, training up for the Marine Corps Marathon, but it still all worked out. And when I say rough, it's not bad, but what I mean is that there was a lot of turbulence,
Okay, yeah, I understand.
and there was so many things going on and interfering with train up, but it still all worked out.
Yeah, that noise ratio, like it's hard to block out the noise at times.
Yeah.
Like, especially like in the endurance mindset, you call it the mindset. Like you have to have the mindset of a athlete, right? Like my coach gave me this book. I'm surprised it's still right here. Like you have to have this. Like you have to
Yeah.
be crazy. Mindset of an
Yeah.
Olympian. Like so, like you have to be the Lulu about anything, right? Like, and that's what I learned in this thing. Like, hey, even though I'm shooting for 3 hours, right? All right, let's go run 3 hours, and
Yeah.
boom, I run
Yeah.
3:19. But what I've learned from that is set your goal higher. Like, so for my next block, right, I want to go run this half marathon in 1:15 or better. Have I broke 1:30? No,
Yeah.
no. But so right now I'm training at 1:09 so I can
Yeah.
have room because I learned from
Yeah.
this marathon. So let's see if I break 1:20 to hit 1:15, right?
That's right.
Because like for me, when I stepped on the line for my first half marathon over here, my competitive mindset came in because like they started me in block B, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, do you know who I am? But
Yeah.
so I seen the Kenyans and the professional people running in block A, and it started at 1:20. I was like, I know the mark I need to be at, but I don't want to just be at that mark. I want to beat that mark. I want to compete with them. So it brings out a lot of you, that mentality in running. It's like iron sharpening iron. But
Yeah.
I try to bring what I like about the marathon training block. Say if I have a goal outside of running, say like my business or anything I want to do, it helps me structure my business because I get that done. I feel accomplished. Now I can start something else in the business too.
Yeah, I mean it's all about, what your mentality is going into it, and if you have a strong mentality, the results end up being a lot stronger. And so when you think about it, it's like, hey, it's the perfect example of reach for the stars, land on the clouds. And so, right, like go for 110 and 115 will be amazing. You know what I mean?
I only want to do it once. I only want to do it once. I only want to do it
Exactly.
once.
So you can say like, hey, that's me.
Yeah,
115, I'm
man.
there.
Yeah, man. Cause like when you have kids, they're gonna look back on you and be like, man, your dad wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
I want to have the stats to back up and prove it. Like,
Right.
yeah, college is solidified, but like, I'm like, look, over any distance, I want them to know, like, hey, this is the standard.
Yeah, and it's something to be proud of. It's something that, you work for. Like August, right? You said August to December.
Yeah,
That's what, like 5 whole months for
exactly. For
one
one,
race.
one little race.
Right. And it's like, and like we're talking, hey, we're not Olympians.
No,
We're not in that special section of the marathon that, you get to go first, right? That's not us, but we're still training for 5 whole months out of
yeah,
the year. And so it's just a different mindset, especially when you're not going to be first, but you don't want to be in the back. You want to compete.
exactly.
And so you just want to beat, like if your race is 1,000 people and you're number like
100.
50, 100, Like, hey,
At least ten
that's a
percent. At
lot of
least ten
people.
percent. You know.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. And so it's just something that we all strive for, when we try to make our mentality of competitiveness and keep that competitiveness, as we grow older because, we're not racing cross country in college anymore. We're not competing against other college athletes. We're competing against, the
Regular
job
neighborhood
life.
people.
We're competing against friend life, social life, and then let's throw a marathon in there to try and make something happen.
Yeah, it's funny that you throw we're competing it against friend life because like me, honestly, I just wanted to complete a marathon. I didn't want to actually race it.
Yeah.
Like I met an older guy in Bali who got me into marathoning. He runs ultras and all this stuff, and I'm like, bro, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like he did a 6 hour run and then came here and did a marathon. I'm like, he's just like, hey man, I just want to bring the best out of you. I'm like, bro, you hurting me, bro. You hurting me. But it's cool. Like, so I remember being at the national banquet, right? And this was my reflection after the marathon. I went to nationals once, luckily. And the guy he was telling a story about how after college, like we're gonna all look back on this moment and be like, what did we do? And so he found running. And I slowly see myself following his pattern and I don't like it
Yeah.
because he said, y'all all said y'all won't do it. He said he got
Yeah.
into marathoning, half marathoning, then a full, then an ultra, then these 24-hour races. And I'm like, please don't let that be my lifestyle. And bro, it's turning out to be my
It's
lifestyle. I
coming.
just like,
It's coming.
no,
Right now. Right now, it's coming.
it hurts. It hurts. I'd be like, you try to
Yeah.
fight it, but you can't fight it. You can't fight it.
Yeah, I've talked about this before. It's just like, oh, what if I do an ultra? That's just like, a couple more hours.
He
What
said,
what if? Let's see what my body can take.
what is wrong with us? What is wrong with us?
I don't know.
We like
It's
pain?
something about endurance racing
Yeah.
that you're just like, hey, I went for this long. Like, I think I could go for longer.
Yeah. Can you stand the test of time?
So you mentioned, a lot about social life and work life. What is that? I probably, if I had to guess, I wouldn't say that I would, bring anybody that's living in Thailand on the show. What is that like for you, coming from the States, going to Thailand? Are you morning working out? Are you traveling? What does that look like for you? Because I could imagine it's a lot.
Yeah. So my routine that I really like is to work out at 4:30 a.m. Like just a few hours ago, it's 8 a.m. here for me. I got up and did a 5 mile run, right? And for me, I just find it better. The weather's cooler. There's nobody there, no distraction, no noise, right? I have to get it done at 4:30. If I push it later, excuses pops up, right? So, and oftentimes I do travel. And so like when I travel, I try to plan to travel during the middle of the day or around 9 a.m., right? That way I can get there and still get my workout done in the morning. I feel like if I don't get the workout done in the morning, my day is derailed. It is
Yeah.
derailed. Cause like going to the park in the afternoon is cool, but I don't know. I have to get it done in the morning. Like when I want to go on a lazy run, you have to go on your easy paces. You have to take your easy paces day. That's the time where I would do an afternoon run. Like I go chit chat it up with people in the park. And that's what brings me back to like, hey Charles, let's get out of this competitive mindset because in reality it can be a little bit toxic, man. Uh the competitive mindset. And I get back to just talking to people, not worrying about pace, not worrying about positioning. And that's the part of running that I really enjoy. Like just getting out there doing it and feeling better after you run, not tired.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll do an ultra. Who knows?
Here we go. Sign up right here. You got the laptop ready to go.
Look at maybe.
Yeah, because it's I don't do it enough. I don't get out to, group runs enough, but group runs can not only be fun, but they can also help you push harder than you would by yourself. So it's definitely helpful for training to, level you out, but also give you a little extra boost.
Has to be the right
And
group too.
yeah, yeah. I mean, so traveling itself is tiring. it sounds like you actually take the time to block out running while you're traveling.
It was something that I started since August. This has all
Okay.
been since August, right?
Yeah.
Beforehand, it was wake up and do it, get it
Yeah.
done. Like, oh, this run group is doing this, or this run group is doing that. This run group is doing this. So no, like now I do take out the time, and I tell anyone like that's my number one priority right now because that's kind of how I make my living here, somewhat. But and it's just a good decompressor for me. If I get my run in, I start my day right. I'm happy.
I think a lot of people will say that. And me personally, I'm also a morning runner. But when running gets to the afternoon, it's tough for me. It's
It's
tough.
because we're so heavy from the day, bro. We taking
It's
the whole
it
day
just
with us.
exactly the whole day, like work, life, food is all in me, is heavy, and I'm just trying to decompress on a run. Whereas when I wake up early, it's just like, all right, let's go. Time
How
to
do you
start the
feel
day.
running after work though? Like, what gives you that energy to do it?
I don't know. Can't. It doesn't feel good. It usually ends up working out by the end of it, but the start of it after work is just like it's a drag. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
usually
just
like,
like,
okay, this warm up mile is going to look like warm up 2 miles,
mm-hmm,
and that's
mm-hmm.
that's what it's going to be.
That's where the endurance come from. Man. You just finished a whole work day and then
Yeah,
boom. I understand it. I used
yeah.
to work at Amazon, right? And so
Okay.
I would get there at the night shift too. Like I work the
Yeah,
night shift, so I'm getting off
yeah,
at 6 a.m., 5 a.m. And
yeah.
then I'm
That's
going for a
tough.
10-mile run.
That's tough.
Dog. Like the
That's
sun
tough.
is rising, it's getting hot.
Yeah,
So I get you. Like it's like, all right, this is gonna be a true warm up, 2 miles.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, you have kind of a unique go at it. I fully expect, I'll bring a lot of cross country runners on this podcast, but you're a cross country runner, you took a break, you moved to Thailand. What advice would you give people that, kind of could possibly go through the same thing, whether it's going overseas or taking a break from running? What advice would you give to anybody that might be going through something like that?
Like going through retired phase or like the younger generation runners.
Yeah, yeah, younger generation coming out of college, they think that maybe they're spent from college athletics, or they're thinking about traveling overseas. What do you think that they might take from you as a pointer?
The biggest thing I would say, if you want to continue your running and you want to do it internationally, I advise looking at running camps internationally. That way you know, and there's already a community there. Cause like as runners, we're special breeds, right? You can go to running social clubs and it might not feel the same for you because you like for me, I have a hard time adjusting at running social clubs. Find you a trail, find you something. But like the biggest thing is if you find running camp, a running camp anywhere you go, you're gonna find like-minded people because they're gonna take it serious. But if you just want to leisure, go join a run club. Anyway,
Yeah,
for the people that want to take it serious, do a run camp. It's something I didn't do that I wish I would have did. That's the reason
yeah,
why I say. And you can even do it during your summer break from college or high school, right?
yeah.
Like sometimes there are programs that recruit kids to go run these summer things. I've always saw it and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to go out the country as a kid and go run for the summer. But I highly recommend doing it so you can see because at the end of the day, from high school to college, you're gonna get immersed in that international talent.
Yeah, I mean it's a dog eat dog world when it comes to competing professionally,
Yep.
whether it's cross country or track. But yeah, I definitely would always recommend, if it's leisure, run clubs are super social and they're popping up everywhere.
Don't you feel like it's a
DC.
dating scene?
I mean, that's what social media is projecting. I think firsthand seen attempts, at a run club of
Yep.
of trying to make their move, but hey, it's a social event, it's leisure. So, if that's what somebody's feeling, hey, you might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, you might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, but yeah, I think run clubs are a good thing for the community. They're small, they're big, they're making connections with brands, and they're doing a lot of good for the community. And if it's something that's getting people outside and running, it's definitely a good thing in my book.
Mhm. Mhm. Up and moving, because they could be in the club partying or on the couch eating a cheeseburger.
Yeah, yeah. But while we talk about that, is there anything that you have on the calendar for a future race for your breaking, so you said you had a half marathon that you want to do and then a full marathon that you want to break a certain time that I'll let you talk about.
The fool is gonna have to wait a whole 'nother year, cause
Yeah.
like, that mentally maybe I might do it in December. So, the next thing coming up, right, is January the 11th. I'm gonna go do a speed test, so I'm gonna do a 5K. I wanna see
Yeah.
how fast I am right now. I'm not gonna throw no times out there.
Yeah,
Imma
yeah.
go out there and just compete, cause I don't wanna hold
Yeah.
myself to it. But it's gonna be sub 20. If it's not sub 20, we got a problem. Like,
We got something's up.
yeah, something's up. Uh and then after that, every 3 weeks or every month, I'm trying to have a race leading up to, uh, the half marathon. Uh, Ultimately, I want to run 119 and a half. So that's why I'm really shooting for, hey, go train at 109 or like aim and mentally think 115 so that I can be in the A block. Because I'm only 28, and I still want to see if I got some magic left in these legs. I'm like, all right, I want to see if I can be in that top group just one more time. Like, I want to get a board behind me like yours. I did not keep none of my stuff from college, dog.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why I'm racing now to go ahead and get my stuff laminated.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. I mean, if you can get there, that's reach for it. That's why we're competing.
Yeah. But January the 11th, my
Yeah,
next race, the
that'll
5K.
be under 20
Yeah, under 20 minutes.
unless something's up.
Yeah, unless something's up. Unless
Yeah.
something's up. Under
All
20
right,
for sure.
Charles. Well, this was another awesome conversation. Is there somewhere that people can connect with you or follow you on social media, or do you want to share anything that you're building coming up?
Yeah, they can follow me on Instagram, right? I have two Instagrams. My main one is Charles Pegues. I think you just type in my name, and it should pop up. And then I started one where I just really dedicate to posting about fitness. I think it's called Charlie Fit, Charlie_Fit, and then they can find me there. So
Okay, awesome. I'll put both of those in the show notes so that people can find you. Charles, it's been awesome. It's always fun when you can just chit chat about, running
yeah,
and have a good time. So I appreciate you for coming on the Retired Athlete Mentality podcast, and we'll definitely talk soon.
I appreciate coming. Look forward to talking to you again, man.
All right, man.